There we go. Alright, we're gonna stream marker. Alright, so we've got a lot of settings. So the first game had some issues with setting up the settings. You had to open a separate launcher, and the settings weren't very well set. But this one, alright, we're gonna max out that of that. Forced SP FPS, no. Bloom off. Bloom level, well, it's off, so I guess that doesn't matter. HDR effects, I would like those, please. Sharpen graphics on. Vignettes, we'll leave it on. If it starts to mess with my eyes, I'll turn it off. Animation extreme, lighting extreme, shadows extreme. Hopefully that's not too dark. All right, close changes and apply. All right, let's go to audio. I'm gonna lower it. Okay. You guys should be good audio-wise. Basically, what I do for my audio is I have a threshold for your audio that comes out of OBS, so that way I'm always higher volume than the game, but I also have my own separate audio that I can adjust with my my headphones. So even though it says 2, you guys are still getting the full volume of the game, whereas I'm getting considerably less. So that way you guys get a good experience and I don't get my eardrums bursted. Ooh, accessibility. I'm liking this. The first game did not have accessibility options. High contrast text. Okay. Video subtitles. Dialogue typewriter? I don't know what that means. Fog effects. Hints. Okay. That's cool. Alright, we got some accessibility options. We'll see which ones are we might need. What is input? Is that just rebinding? Ah, perfect. Rebind. Yeah, okay. So I will say already off the bat, this has a bunch. Get your free what? Check out the installation for a free hint guide. If you want a beautifully illustrated guide in the style of the old hint book, please grab the supporters pack. Oh, that's cool. I like that. This is already leagues better with options than the first game. Accessibility options are a huge thing. Again, we will see how well that goes as it progresses. Oh, they do have a Twitter. Okay. We might have to make sure that we tweet them out tomorrow. Because I was looking for their Twitter and I couldn't find it. But sometimes, you know, the companies name themselves something and then they find the Twitter after, or they have to pick like something _ something, you know, that kind of thing. Anywho, I'm impressed so far with the settings. I like that. Rebinding's a big one. There's a couple people that I follow who have issues where they can't like hold a controller or use the keyboard as well. So having, we do have quick save as well. Lovely, great. I love quick save. We'll be using that a lot. Highlight ping. Oh, interesting. But being able to rebind the controls is super helpful. Now, of course, there's no changing of the action button, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like you still have to click, like normal click, so maybe a little bit of an issue there. But anyway, let's get into Bone Totem. It is so much darker when a light goes out than if it had never shone. Yep. Yep. John Steinbeck. Now remember that in the first game, the quote that we saw at the beginning was referenced like 2 or 3 times throughout the game.
Stationary vessel in position. 23 degrees, 10 decimal, 45 minutes south. 71 degrees, 18 decimal.
Charlie! It's a rig! I think it's drifting!
Radar says no. It's definitely stationary. Oil rig! Oil rig! Oil rig! This is salvage barge Kilo Delta Kilo 12 calling on VH channel 16. Do you require assistance? Over.
Deep Sea 15!
There it is.
Shit!
Kane Corporation.
It's a Kane Corp rig!
Still no response. No comms, no power.
Maybe they bugged out! Just left instead of dismantling her proper!
Only one way to find out. I see a docking port up ahead. Hold on tight. Here we go. Please let everything be all right. Please let everything be all right.
Foreshadowing. I'm gonna guess not everything's gonna be alright. Chapter 1. Fury on the Waves. Alright. Now remember, Kane Corp is the same one that owned the science vessel
We're tied off. Rain may be
in the first
letting up,
game.
too.
Huh, and the foxhounds are live and sniffing.
Foxhound mapping network connected.
We really think these mapping drones are worth it?
We have to map the whole thing. The salvage reports. There's no way we do that without drones. And we're borrowing them, Mac, not buying them.
Borrowing has a price, too.
Look at it, Mac. If it's empty, this changes everything for us.
Not everything. Sorry. You're right. I'm gonna head into the rig.
Hey, let's sync the QSDs.
Quantum storage device. Shared storage is now concurrent.
Here's active.
Yeah, I still can't find the spare device, though.
Oh, it's on Moses. I needed its battery.
Great. QSD on a toy bear. It'll be passing as seashells and barnacles.
He's more than a toy.
Alright, here we go. Use an item by selecting it from the inventory. Clicking on an interactive location on the puzzle screen. Wait. Oh, and clicking. Okay. You can only use items on a puzzle pop-up screen. Okay. Ping to highlight locations in the environment. Blue means interactive and green means description. That's helpful. That's new. Share an item by selecting and then clicking on a portrait, or grab an item by hovering over a portrait and choosing the item. Okay. Open the PDA to view archived conversation, logs, and collectibles. Place items in a special inventory slots and manipulate them. Mac can break, bend, and crush an item. Charlie can repair or combine. Okay, so the multiple character things is definitely switch characters by clicking on their portrait. So they've definitely added like this multi-character feature being very important, which I think is smart if you're going to add that. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna, usually I stream in games and demos, but there's so many people streaming here. I don't know if they're gonna find us. I'm just gonna go for Stasis Bone Totem. I'm gonna change our category. So maybe some people will find. Maybe the developer will stop by or something. But yeah. All right, let's get into this. Okay. Ah, there it
I
is.
should really get rid of these. But yet,
Okay, so bookshelf. Okay, it said blue was something to view and green was something to interact with. Sophisticated robotic toys cast a forlorn figure. The patchy fur betrays its age. However, its rare Mr. Kibble's model boasts a learning AI par with modern alternatives. Okay, so what is the bookshelf? Oh, I see. Okay, so the bear is missing something. Okay, so I had it reversed. So blue is interactable and green is just... Bathing glow shed by fairy lights, the thick blankets promise warmth and security. Unopened letters.
how are we going to... It's just never ending.
Okay. Blue Sky Medical. Interesting. Final notice from co-star. Picture frame. Ah, here we go. Family photograph of Mac, Charlie, and Hope. Cherished memory has been frozen in time. Smiling faces look back behind the glass.
I keep waiting, but... Fool's errand. Never hurts any less.
Okay, so this is Hope. So something's probably happened to Hope, right? That's what we're getting here. Something either happening or happened. Now there are medical stuff on the table, so maybe something like, because there we were told about ARG in the first game, and it was a disease that they were supposedly trying to cure with some of the science research and stuff. That okay, we can run. So it's interesting. We got duct tape. We always solve our problems with knife and duct tape. We got a ping. Open log. Okay. Oh, hold on. What are collectibles? 0 out of 20. So it doesn't tell us what the collectibles are. Main menu and help. Cool. Okay, this pinging system is very nice. Hope's crib. Rainwater drips from the crib's bulging wood. The bassinet's pink paint has been worn away by the weather. The salt water has seeped through little mattress. As a result, the impression left by a sleeping figure has almost vanished. Workbenches. Set up around the dock. Preparation for any salvage or broken tools that may require repair or adjustment. The dark ocean seeps into the horizon, an oscillating canvas upon which a full moon radiates, illuminating the ocean rig in the absence of functioning exterior lighting. A persistent breeze tumbles past the ship from the side, carrying it with a now familiar scent of salt and rust. Congealed and rusty scrap trawled from the ocean's depths. Unfortunately, much of this metal has been corroded by the sea and acid rain, rendering it useless. The ship's... Okay, let's move over here so we can actually look at it. The ship's helm is a chaotic jumble of old equipment, charts, novels, weathered by use. The entrenched aroma of caffeine emanates from dashboard-mounted espresso machine. Cell recharge station.
Fuse housing is totally rusted. Gotta fix it at some point. You know, with all the free time that I've got.
Okay, so... Oh, that's cool. So this will tell you what interactables you have on the actual scene. Okay. Okay, so he said we can fix it? Okay. Use strength. Okay. So it's missing a fuse. So if we put the fuse in the bear, does that work? Okay. Alright, so we have the fuse now. That's cool. I like this. The puzzles have like their own interface now. Like, they had something like this before, but it was just to kind of dictate to you what you needed. But now it's got, like, actual, like, interactable interfaces. That's very cool. Comm tower. Ship's comm tower is sturdy and functional throughout the years through a liberal and rigorous application of welded steel and duct tape. Okay, let's go to the... over here. Let's see. Dark water. Void black broth slaps anxiously between the holes of the distressed by chafing proximity of the ship and structure. Various plastic detritus clings desperately to the structure wall, the refuse of once active workplace. Retractable bridge. In addition to providing a convenient means to board and disembark, it also proves helpful when attempting to improvise access to salvage, lacking any crew to roll out a welcome. The spotlights that illuminate the Deep Sea 15 logo are either off or non-functional. The latest tell that the rig has been abandoned and discarded. And okay, and that's to move on. Cool. Okay, we're getting it.
Okay, let's see.
Blue sky systems closely active. All systems nominal.
Radio check, video check, vitals check.
I hear you. You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm. Plug suits live. Signal is good. This rig is massive.
It doesn't look scuttled either. There's way too much equipment left behind.
Oh, this is cool. So the light actually follows your cursor, not which way the character is pointing. The character will slightly, like, turn to match the cursor as well. That's a nice touch. Sitting idle and unpowered, a Luna satellite dish idles, rust slowly claiming its surface. The amount of cargo left strewn about suggests the dish's demise may have come earlier. Okay, what's this? We got a PDA. Let's, Oh, is this gonna be voiced? We've got pictures. Kurt Dog, Darren, Motorman. Looks like another lab is being set up on the Mule. Yesterday's cargo had at least a dozen stasis pods. This morning, I processed a sizable neural cortex vat suspended in jelly. Not gonna lie, it made me hungry. Okay, so it's not read. We still have to read it. But we do have a face to the person who did it. I forwarded the security protocols to Folus. Unfortunately, the butthole still has me in by the balls, and he knows it. I thought it was just in my head, but the more I listened, the more convinced I became that it was real. I asked everyone around me if they could hear it too, but they all just looked at me like I was crazy. I couldn't shake the feeling that the music was there, though. It was so faint and ethereal, like it was coming from another world. I've never had an experience like this before, and it's really unsettling. I wish someone else could have heard the music too, so I wouldn't feel so alone in this. Okay, so there's some music. Investigate and order treatments for cybernetic degradation due to salt air. Order a maglift coupler bracket. Investigate required spares for gas turbines and worn gate components. Order security latches for the maintenance lab. Check for new food and film catalogs. Okay, so this is a message. So it tells you over here. So those were personal logs. We just read a report. Now we're reading a message. I fear that I may not express myself correctly if I try to tell you how much you mean to me. Okay, so this is to Babs Darren. Pending delivery. So it was never delivered. I'm working on digging us out of the debt hole that I unwittingly put us in. I can only imagine the shock and disappointment you felt when you found out. I was sure the investment was good, but I recognize now that I have a lot to learn. I fully expect to repay the company and get you out of the debt holding facility in 5 years. I have a surefire way of making a ton of cash. I need to pay off a few game debts, and then I can get my system running again. You will always be right here in my heart, no matter where I am. Love, Kurt. So interesting. So now we've established there's a debt holding facility. So maybe that's where our daughter is. Maybe they took our daughter and now she's in a debt holding facility. Interesting. The pill pushers told me to start keeping a dream journal. So here it is, the same dream I have had every night. I am in a magnificent chapel. Dark red and black stained glass windows with emblazoned images of Jesus and Mary are staring back at me. 1,000 voices hum in the background. I look down and have no arms, legs, or torso. My head is a part of a seething mass of goop. I scream and the entire mass vibrates. I start humming the same tune. My lips are forced to move against my will. A human figure enters from the vestibule and tears my tongue from my mouth. I am forced to look at the figure. It speaks. I do not understand its speech. Father Melvin would be proud that 3 years of religious education have finally bore fruit. Okay, this is a note to self. Juca paste. Okay, we know about Juca Cola. That was in the first game. We used that to fry a sentry gun. So Juca paste, 4 crates, which is 128 bags per crate. Don't confuse berry from strawberry again. Interesting. 25 biodyes. Suit gel packs. Order tube, cable, and piping spares for the mule, including replacing a mile of melted 10-inch steel core cable. What the hell could fry this line in the freezing Pacific? 2 calcium injector units for Dr. Elspus. Captain, are there... Okay, so this is Captain. It was delivered. It didn't say pending delivery. Are there any issues with a DS-15 outgoing mail? I've been trying to get a hold of my mother for the last month, and every message I've sent is still marked as pending delivery. I've combed my settings a dozen times. I'm hesitant to push hard since Kane takes care of my mother as part of the contract, but she's the only reason I put up with this. Literally, crap work and criminal pay. I've spent the last 2 mornings unclogging sewage and scraping more of Kay's sorted experiments out of the assorted containers. I think I deserve the right to check up on her. Can you help me, Cap, for old time's sake? Bell maintenance keeps tripping the electrics up here, which is a pain in my butt. Kurt, do this. Kurt, do that. Kurt, fix this. So I'm going to bypass Substation 1 and 4, nuke them both from the system. Of course, that could result in catastrophic fire, but that would be someone else's problem. No juice for the entire platform means vacation for Kurt Dog. The dreams have stopped, but the chorus has gotten louder. I can now make out some of the words. Apple trees and pear trees are in blossom. Mists above the winding river float. Quarantine order, as of corrupted. Uh-oh. Polis's drone races are on hiatus, which is bitter news. Worse yet, the quarantine went into effect before the last results and payouts were distributed, so I'm left twiddling my thumbs waiting for this whole thing to blow over. I can feel in my gut I won something, maybe even one big, but I can't help wondering if the greedy bugger isn't using the quarantine as cover to cut me out. 65 entries were erased remotely. So maybe Kurt Dog didn't erase the logs, maybe someone else did. Cap's wife came up from the mule in a body bag. Oof. Please keep me safe in your care, Kane. Help me to feel your presence and know that I am never alone. Protect me from all harm and guide me on my path. May your love and grace surround me always. Interesting. He's praying to Kane Corp in this one. Alright. Very interesting. How do we get out of here? Is it escape? It is escape. Okay. Various panels seem to have been pried from the flooring, though the reason for this is unclear. As a result, puddles of rainwater are pooled in exposed architecture. These containers seem to have been packed and placed in preparation for loading them onto the ship. However, the extensive weathering from the elements suggests the ship never came. Facade. Okay. Gate release mechanism. We got something else over here. Let's explore. There are collectibles, so stacked cargo, hastily packed cargo, personal effects, awkwardly handled and perfectly sealed. Seems they were packed in haste.
That is a long way down.
17.5 meters.
I can make
Yikes.
it across that beam.
Nuh-uh, no way. It's too dangerous. I'll find another way across.
Okay. So we have quick save now, so we're going to use quick save a lot. Okay. So now we have, what is this? There's a ramp up. I'm gonna guess that this mechanism doesn't work.
Found the power generator. It's not spinning.
Explains why we didn't pick up any radio chatter. Think we can get it running?
Well, it's locked up, but yeah, looks intact.
Hold on, I'm coming up.
Okay. So this is the second character. Okay, now I wonder, does this character have something different to say if we look at stuff, or...
Hey, Moses. Silly bear.
I don't... Moses looks a little weird. See, it says Moses and Hope. This is obviously Hope's thing. Bear looks weird. I don't know about that bear. That might be our third character, though. If I click on him, and then it says click on this, and then click on a character. Can she repair this fuse? No. What did the fuse say when it blew out? Sorry, I couldn't. Okay, we'll give it back to him. Okay.
I forget how frighteningly beautiful the ocean is at night.
Frightening's right. Especially during a storm.
Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them, there is none.
Says who?
Fair. Okay, so this is... okay. Get back to her. Okay, so the descriptions...
Times like this, wish I had something to pray to. Please, let this all be okay. Let it be okay.
Okay. So what I was going to say is the descriptions don't seem like they change, but what the characters say about them do.
Deep Sea 15. What is this place?
Who cares? Let's figure out if it's empty, claim the title, and get out of here.
Well, this one may warrant some overtime.
Okay, so she said she could cross the beam over here.
I can do this.
Charlie, I mean it. We can't afford this right now.
What does that mean?
It means when risks catch up with you, they catch up with me too.
So he will not let us... Oh, he will. Okay. So let's switch, because I think he needs to go up, right? He needs to go up here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's switch back. Let's quick save. I don't know if this game is going to be like the first one where there's a whole bunch of death around every corner.
Charlie, goddammit.
I made it, Mac. It's fine.
It was fine this time.
I know my limits.
That's not the point. The point is if you get hurt with our debt, we lose the boat too. Haven't we lost enough?
That's why we're here.
Okay.
This woman.
Okay, so it does sound like they did lose hope to their debt. But they're trying to pay it off. Bent balustrade. Something large and heavy forced the balustrades near collapse. Whether it fell to the ocean below or was cleared by hand, no trace of the culprit remains. The void. Okay. Anything up this way? Containers. A cumbrous aluminum enclosure stuffed with chaotic assortment of exotic apparatus and equipment. What a mouthful that was. Bulkhead. Steel walls encased facility interiors. Cost must have been staggering, though it begs the question why it felt like it were needed. That is a good question. Okay. We're gonna have to cross again. Collapsed walkway. 'Cause Okay, can't go that way. At this height, the wind begins to tug and pull at exposed architecture, the beginnings of a howl starting to form as air gushes through the skeletal remains of a walkway.
A lot of damage here. The storm must have done this.
Please be careful.
This isn't my first rodeo, Mac.
Okay, so it sounds like Mac possibly blames... what is this character's name? Do we know this character's name? Huh. I wish it would tell me. Okay. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Looks like this is the only way in. It's rusted shut.
Twisted handrail. Rusted shut. Twisted rod. Oh, and this is probably where we can hand to him, and then he can untwist it, I think. So if we send this to him... Okay, we can send it no matter what, so... He untwists it. Now it's straightened. Now it is a decent weapon that may come in handy. So now if we give it back to her, can she use it on this? No. Okay, we'll give it back to him then. Looks like we need to explore more with him. Let's double check there's nothing else for us here. I don't think so. No, okay. So now we need him to make some progress. Let's go ahead and quick save. Okay, there's a locked door there. Junction box. Okay.
Damn it. I think the gear operator's bust.
I can fix it. Pass it over in the QSD.
Okay. Two items must be in adjacent slot. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm getting this interface. So you don't have to click over to send items. You just hover, and then you can go up and click it, and it will grab it.
These fuse boxes are tricky, but the control unit should work now.
So now I can go back to him, and then hover and do that. Okay. Okay, so that opened the gate. Fan blades.
Something's not right. All this equipment, why would they leave it?
You've heard of gift horses, I presume.
Yeah. And Trojan horses.
Okay. The massive fan blades dissipate heat from electropump power generator room below. Tanks. Freshwater tanks to store water for use by the crew. You're not quite sure how fresh the water is, though, considering how long it's been, may have been standing here. Okay, there's a substation notice here. Okay, JJ is... There's also a QR code. I'm very curious. Are these QR codes actually usable? Because that would be kind of cool. That's a nice meta thing. Ha! Nice. So looking at the QR code, it says There are no clues here. Interesting. It says there are no clues here on that QR code. So that's a little meta, but I do like it. Okay, reinforced walls.
Door won't budge.
Yeah. Rig this size, those bulkheads are magnetically sealed.
Okay. So let's go back down and go through here now. Locked gate.
Need something to pry this lock.
Oh, you mean like something straight and metallic? Too bad someone lost our crowbar, isn't it?
Hey, that seagull was eating my sandwich. And got it. Now let's get that power back on.
I would really appreciate that.
Okay, we got a door locking mechanism. Interesting. Okay, I'm about to say I can't see in here. We got a transformer that says this complex apparatus increases voltage power of the generation system. Installed turbine beating harder than massive rig sits in silence. Generator room. Okay, turbine starter. Okay, we can interact
Got
with.
a fuel, looks like.
Okay. Rust away. Okay, that's something we're gonna have to hand over. Damaged hose. Okay. That's not going to do anything. Alright, so now we need to... Now, if we switch characters while looking at an interface, does that keep us in that interface? It does not. That's good to know. Okay. So we're going to need the hose, the rust away, and the duct tape. So this goes with this, and this goes with this, and then that.
And voila! Airtight.
There you go again, using fancy words, making yourself look smarter than me.
Honey, I don't need fancy words for that.
Nice. Okay. Now he's got the repaired hose, but we need to use the rust away on the handle.
Rust in peace.
Good work there.
Thanks. Heading inside.
Oh, we gotta turn these first. Okay. Cool.
Oh, whoa. It's dark. Power's off here.
Okay. Obstruction. Fair enough. Alright.
Warning. Elevated heart rate detected.
Oh my god.
Charlie,
Charlie.
what is
Okay.
that?
It's a body.
Okay, that's it. Get back to the boat.
No, Mac. It's okay.
It's okay? It's a body. A really messed up one, too. We're out of here. Authorities can deal with this.
It's not like we haven't seen bodies before. Remember the Starfall?
That was different. It was a contract. We knew there was going to be...
And now we know the same thing here.
Charlie,
We can do this.
we don't have any idea what's going on here. Whatever killed him could kill us, too.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know if it's dangerous or if it isn't. So, we stay until we find out.
Charlie,
Just a little further, Mac. We need this. We need it. You know I'm right.
Okay, so it's Mac and
a little
Charlie.
further. The next time I call it, it's called.
Okay, examine PDA. Let's get information on who this might be. Stephen Cameron, technician. I've been assigned to assist Dr. Elspeth should she require anything to be lifted or transported. Apparently her bones are messed up, soft as chalk. Feels like I am on Vulcan Death Watch again. What does that mean? Did I mention she smells like zinc and brimstone? 37 were erased remotely. Okay. Sir, okay, to the captain. We haven't seen the captain reply to anybody yet, but we've only seen 2 PDAs, so maybe later we'll find the captain's stuff. Sir, we've lost comms with the mule. Impossible to say for sure, but all the connections go dead simultaneously. Doesn't seem like a mechanical error. Hearing our occupying force is communicating below just fine. I guarantee they've noticed the mule's comms are down and they don't seem bothered. Captain, my take, they cut the comms to control the flow of information from the mule. Okay. Don't want anyone accidentally learning what's happening down there. If I'm right, they're doing cleanup rather than containment. And we need to make sure we don't start looking like we need a wash. Cap told me that most systems have been shut down remotely. Any attempt to use them brings up an error saying Deep Sea 15 no longer exists and is now listed as lost. Okay. I did stuff like this during my time in Blue Haven in the 70s. Now, they're probably talking about the 2070s. We called it the Goat Freak Operation. Evacuate what personnel and data we can, and then burn the place to the ground. The standard procedure was to set the site to self-destruct. This buys time to generate plausible deniability and shape an internal narrative. I'm texting all channels, so this is to the entire list. Is anyone there? The last thing I remember was helping move cargo, Captain orders, and then something heavy hit me on the head, knocking me out. Dr. Elspeth was the only one in the room with me. I woke up covered in blood and not a living soul around. What happened here? A ton of debris washed up on the landing. Life jackets and equipment from the Sebastian. I won't tell the captain. He's not coping well. So it looks like they're not even letting them escape. Oh, sweet mother, the bell came back and something climbed out. I heard scream. Okay, so this bell is probably a diving bell, is what I'm guessing. A diving bell, for those who don't know, what they used to do is they would take a big metal bell and they would push it down into the ocean so that they could go so far into the ocean. Because what happens with, if you've ever taken a cup, right? So like, imagine this bottle is a cup. If you take a cup and you push it straight down into water, at the top, there will be an air pocket, right? So you could push that down really far. As long as the structure itself doesn't collapse, it will hold air in the top of it, and you can continue to breathe there. It's very interesting, but that's kind of the concept behind a diving bell, which I'm sure we're going to find at some point. Something climbed out. I heard screams. They didn't sound human. Captain, I got the sentry gun up and running, and by some miracle, I also got the DNA sniffer working. So if we get a sample from that skin job, okay, so something's intimidating, or not intimidating, is mimicking people, we can target it specifically. I've seen these rounds perforate tank plating out in the field, so anything that gets so much as grazed will reduce to chunky mints. The battery was fried, so I spliced it in the cabling. I spliced its cabling into our power grid. It should stay operational while we have power, and it has ammo. Also, uploads to Luna finished while I was working, so they got whatever data they wanted soon after the system started doing a local scrub of our servers. It took a while, but I managed to catch that it was scrubbing every mention of this operation from our systems. I have a feeling our time is up. Tick-tock, that's all I hear. Goat Freak operations always end in a large explosion, which this one didn't. No explosion, then? Sid didn't make it. I heard him scream, and then he was gone. Cap, you were sleeping when I left. I'm heading out to deal with the old generator. The gas needs a refill. I should be done before anything goes to hell. Lock the door just in case, please, Cap. I need to head out to grab some supplies and start jury-rigging that long-range radio so that it works for our benefit. This sounds sentimental or somewhat ridiculous given the circumstances, but I will grab some flowers from cold storage. I know Yvette loved yellow daisies, and I would feel better if we sent her off respectfully. Chin up. See you soon, Cap. And that's the last message, so that's probably when they died. Okay, so we've got a substation notice, large equipment, bowels. Okay, so let's go to the flayed man. The final meal of a sacrificed man spilled on the ground. In dim light, slaughter-soaked concrete glistens.
This looks
Like what?
like it's staged, like a ritual.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Okay. What is that? I don't know what this is. It won't let us interact with it, so I'm guessing we have to put something here. Okay. Bowels. A wispy web of meat stretches lazily upwards. Whatever craft or device holding them aloft, hidden in the darkness above. The strands dance and oscillate in time with the dust particles brought to life by the drafty air. Beads of blood hanging from the tendrils, each reflecting a dot of light, a profane decoration upon necrotic wings. Okay, so JJ again popping up, but there's also FG. Nothing interactable here. Hanging chains clink quietly in the soft currents of the draft. Okay, this is the elevator panel.
Damn. Without power, this elevator's not going anywhere.
Working on it.
Work faster.
Okay. Unknown console. Unclear what the purpose of the equipment serves. The best guess is that it analyzes whatever's dropped into the receiver. It's possible to know without power. Tarp. Weighty oil tarps used to cover the steel framework and piercing to the center of the room. Much headway was made before the attempt was abandoned. Fuel mix station. Okay.
Look at this. Fuel cylinder resupply station.
Functional.
Looks it.
That'll come in handy.
Okay. Screwdriver. Alright, so we need the fuel canister. There was a QR code on that DS-15. Okay, that. Okay. So send this back over. And then you interact with this. Here is that. Ah, so there are death scenes, and this time we get cut scenes to the horrific thing that happens. Achievements, 1 death. Fine. Okay. At least it puts us back here. Okay, so tube first. Then fuel cylinder. No? Maybe turn that off and then do fuel cylinder? I'm confused. What? Oh, there's a... Okay. It says there's a hint. Okay. So there's something else we're missing here. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to put the locking mechanism on it. Okay. No. No. Okay. So there's a puzzle here. Okay, hold on. So he had a diagram here. So top left, top right, bottom left, and then one from the right. Okay, so let's see if we can remember that. Top left, top right, bottom left. Can we change the color of that? No? Okay. So it was that, I think. Okay, yeah, so that's what it was. This was the solution for how to fuel it, and then, yeah, okay, cool. Controller station. Okay. FG. Okay, hold on. We need to go back. Because she had a notice. Where was that notice at? Maybe it was him? Did he have the substation notice? No, she definitely had one too. Because that's where we saw the JJ again. So let's go back this way. Here it is, substation notice. So FG and JJ. Power grid failure. Okay. Maybe switch distribution input correct sequence. Okay. So maybe it's the 4 that are marked. AATKBNAA. Or maybe, because it has to be 4, right? So let's go with the 4 that are marked. Unless we're supposed to find... No, let's try the 4 that are marked then. So AATKBNAA. AA. Okay, that's not... Power grid failure. Okay. Alright, so he also had a listing that was up here. And it said there's no clue here. AAFGJJAA. That's what we did. And this said there's no clue here. This little QR code. AAFGJJ. Why is JJ circled? I guess it's the power station we're at. So do we just... Is it just JJ the whole time? Just do just JJ? That would be... That doesn't seem like a solution, right? Like, that's... So AA, FG, JJ, AA. So that doesn't work. Okay, so let's see what hers says. We don't have TK or BN, right? Like, that's just... Those just don't exist. Right? So we're maybe we're missing a bit of information. Maybe we're missing a bit of information here. Okay, nothing there. He does have his hand out. Ah! Disabled security implant. I'm not sure why. I'm sure that's not blood. Yes, yes. Only ketchup. Okay, so that plus the magnet, maybe? No. That plus the screwdriver? Do you have any items? I don't think he has any items. No. So what do we need this for? Can we repair it? Security implant. But she can't get through here without the power, right? Like... Is there something else here? No. Rare earth magnet is strong as all heck. So there's nothing interactable here. I'm guessing that's what we need this for. But... So we have to turn the power back on, and the only reference to the power substation are these two notes. Right? We have this one, and then we had the other one, which had a thing that said there's no clue here. Okay. So maybe this is a process of elimination. We do the ones that are not on the list. Wait. Maybe they're in alphabetical order. So AA, FG, JJ, AL? No. So this is... There's a button here. Let's see. This is probably the hint.
Diagram I saw back on the turbine. That might help me get this up and running.
Yeah, we tried that. So the diagram back up on the... Because we tried what it said. We scanned the code, it says there's no clues here. Okay.
Let there be light.
Good work. Problem though.
What?
Can't access the rig schematics. There's a security lockdown. Stand by.
Mapping vector updated.
Okay, I'm in. There's a control room through that sealed door on the upper deck. If we're gonna override the lockdown, that's where we do it.
Got it, I'll check it out.
Okay. So, looking at the picture, I got... That was actually a pretty nasty trick. So, this picture is what he references, right? That's the hint. But, this is not a complete picture. Because we know from the other picture, AA is crossed out. Both the AAs in the other picture are crossed out, right? So... we have to not do those. So this is what we needed to focus on. This circle here, I guess, is just meant to throw you off. Or this is just telling you what substation you're at. Maybe we're at JJ. But these are the only two that matter because they're the only two that are not crossed off. So you needed a combination of both of those papers. Also, I think the hint... can we get back to... logs? So Kurt Dog said something that also tips you off. Where's it at? Here it is. I'm going to bypass Substation 1 and Substation 4. Nuke them both from the system. So AA 1 and 4 don't exist anymore. So that's why the solution was the two in the middle.
So, yeah. No chance I'm squeezing through this.
What about Moses?
You're kidding.
He's helped sort scrap before. Already has a comm rig and a QSD. We can trade items with him just like we do with each other.
I don't like talking to him. Every time he asks about...
He was with her when it happened.
Oh.
Because of him.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying what it is.
She
jumped in after him.
It's still not fair.
Fine, I'll get the damn bear.
Here, take his
Oh,
key.
maybe she's not taken.
And be nice.
Smart bear. Okay, so some Hope dove in after him is what we heard. So maybe the ocean? Maybe she jumped off the ship?
I am Moses. I am Hope's best friend.
Hope isn't here, Moses.
Ah, yes. I remember. The water. I do not like
Yeah.
water. She tried to...
Head up to the top of the rig. I need you to squeeze through an open door there.
I will not see Hope again.
Head up to the top of the rig. Get through the door. Now.
Yes, Mac.
Okay. So this is our third character.
I miss Hope, Charlie.
I do too.
I miss playing with her.
I do too.
Is it wrong to wish I could stop missing her? Sometimes I feel guilty for wishing it.
No. I think that, it isn't wrong at all.
My Charlie.
Okay. We couldn't move forward until after that conversation.
I do not like water. In water, you are powerless. There is a lot of water here. Water is unsafe. I do not like water.
It'll be dry inside. I promise, Mouth.
My Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie Mac, I am inside.
Okay. Now you need to get to the control room. It's on the other side of that bulkhead.
Secured crates. Various cartons of non-processed food have been stuffed into these containers. Putrid air. Interior radiates unusually high heat, made worse by pungent aroma of rot that permeates the air. Months' worth of leaks, rain from faulty pipes gradually maintained regular upkeep, have flooded the floors and doused the interior with humidity. Cooled water. That's okay, so we got different directions we can go. Ducts and pipes. Oh, we can go up. Okay, so let's explore these other directions first.
This place smells bad. I would like to go home now.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Language, Mac.
I know, Moses. It's okay. We'll leave soon. I promise.
I will leave soon.
Roster. Okay, here we go. Ongoing pool tournament. Name reveals a happier time. 2 months. See captain for something pool numbers. Okay, so we've got names here. Pool league. Final score. Okay. There's 2 F Gamatis in here. Notice boards displaying variety of materials, rotation schedules, any notice of arrivals and departures of staff. Notifications for signups for crew activities, TV schedule, and regulation reminders are dotted around adverts for the company products and personalized iconography. Alright, there's some rot. Furniture.
This is not safe for children to eat.
Look at that. Food's still on the plates.
Yeah. They left in a hurry.
Or didn't leave at all.
Pool table. Shoved to the side. Okay, what's this? Take a look. VHS tape found? Collectible VHS. Cave. Okay. So there are 8 stars around something. Okay.
Kitchens can be dangerous places. Utensils, sharp objects, and powered equipment should always be stored safely.
Okay. Window. False rain trickles the window exterior, presumably from a cracked pipe above. Damp consumables. Water bottles. Chemicals were mixed in the water long since been able to separate, spreading a sickly stain within the interior. Menu. Pair menus listing the meals and ingredients sanctioned by corporate and a list of what provisions are delivered weekly. Rotting food, shells, and spoiled food. Okay, we've got a PDA over here. Okay. We have Sid Cookie Monster Mason, the chef. My Christmas lunch menu is Peruvian string beans and oyster soup, followed by prime rib and pickled eggs with chestnut dressed salad on the side. Dessert will be a cloverleaf rolls dipped in honey. Double rations for your drinking pleasure. I got a glimpse of Dr. K's new pet this morning. She's been growing some tumorous meatballs in Baron's lab. I swear I heard her cooing to it as though it were a newborn while she carried it around in a napkin. Her obsession with mixing her bodily fluids into whatever organic morsel she can find is getting to me. While cooking breakfast this morning, I suddenly panicked that she'd somehow contaminated the ingredients. Not long ago, I found one of her fish in the extended storage freezers, covered in pustules. Weird mucus-like goop crawled out of its gills and across the drawer interior. I swear to God, its dead eyes were staring at me as if pleading. I asked Steve to toss it, burn the drawer, and order a replacement, but I can still smell that thing no matter how much I wash. I was asked to whip up a batch of goodnight juice for Kurt. He's still having those bad dreams. A tasty blend of synthetic opioids, cough syrup, and sedative hypnotics. Wow. And essential oils will have him sleeping like a baby in stasis. I am genuinely happy that I went through all that effort to get transferred topside. I was cooking down there long enough to get a whiff of what they were digging up. Imagine being in lockdown there. I wonder if Abdulaziz's is okay. I doubt we still count as friends after the way we parted, and I wouldn't want anything terrible to happen to him. But I won't want... Okay. It's the synth a-hole Corbin who keeps me from visiting. Gotta say, it's been a luxury not needing to worry about random security inspections, cavity searches, or its attitude. I'm no longer a holy man, but I've been praying that some Black Ops thugs mistakes him for a toaster and puts a few rounds in his plastic face for target practice. Yeah, that would put a smile on my dial. Great news, the company rescue boat Sebastian is being prepped for departure. We've been tasked with loading boxes of reports and crates of artifacts on board. There's barely enough space on deck for all this treasure. I'm not sure where we will batten down. The ship's crew seem to shudder with disgust whenever they look at us. They aren't even Navy. These guys look like bullet stoppers. Whatever. I'm too tired to care. I'm glad most of us will be off this miserable platform now. I hope Abdulaziz joins us. Okay, so we know that the Sebastian went down based on the other PDA we found. 12 were erased remotely. Guess we're part of collateral after all. As the ship departed, I saw Baron and several executives watching us plead the way a child watches a worm eat insect from the inside. This was the first time I allowed myself to really see his face. It will stay with me to my grave. Captain D has called a strategy meeting. An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its leg to escape. We will survive this together. Okay. I'm guessing this pops out the other entrance. Yes, okay.
The floor is slippery here. Children should be cautious. The door is closed.
You're small. Find a way in.
I will try. My Mac.
One tank recently sprung a leak. Okay. Okay, so we need the screwdriver.
Goodness. This could cause injury if it lays here.
I'm gonna cause injury to you if you keep spouting out public service announcements. This is a deep sea installation. Everything on it's dangerous, okay?
Just ignore him, Mose.
My Charlie.
Okay, so we need a way to cut this wire. Oh, no, we just keep flipping the switch.
I'll say this for him, he breaks things apart really well.
Thank you, Mac.
That's interesting. So that didn't require an item. That required us to use an interactable repeatedly. Well, that's good to note. Okay, save game created. I'm gonna guess there's a lot of stuff to... What did that say? I think that said help me. Observation bay. Morbidly staff were abandoned along with the facility. Steel tubes carry data cables and control signals the rest of the deep sea. Yeah, it says help me on the window. We got a terminal here.
I'm in the control room.
Good work, Mose. Now, can you find an access point and override the security lock?
Am I allowed to do that, Charlie?
We're giving you permission.
Can he do that?
Yeah, he can. I've, kind of improved his design. He's a very smart bear now.
I am a very smart bear now.
Okay, what do we got? Kane Corporation. There's also Mule. Oh, it's a hacking bear. Sentry gun. Security lockdown. Hold on. I'm going to save before we turn the security gun on because I have a...
Connection secure. Firewall override. Access granted.
Improved. I see what you mean. He's actually useful now.
Mac, please be nice.
It's a damn toy.
Not to her. He wasn't.
Exterior and interior bulkheads are cycling pre-checks. Please be patient.
Mag doors are gonna open.
Papers, bed consoles, window, corpse. Human errors results in the skin being pulled taut to the bone. Back of the chair is visible through the bullet wound. Yikes.
Hello, I am Moses. What is your name?
Moses found another body.
Getting a really bad feeling here.
Just a little further.
Okay. Let's find out who this is. Is this the captain? It is. Donald Big D Askine, captain. Classified messages. You will make all indulgences to our representative Baron as if he were Kane himself. As of 0800 hours, the mule has initiated quarantine. Supplies and water will be rationed, so listen up, fuzz nuts. That's good. If this is your first quarantine experience, crockery only gets... Oh, cooking stuff. Okay. It's like, what is crockery? Like a crock pot. Only gets washed once per day after evening chow. One flush only. Get used to the crapper smell or pucker. Okay. You get one freshwater shower a day. I'll be keeping an eye on the meters. One meal pack per employee, company, or commissioned per shift. These restrictions do not apply to corporates. We'll adjust rationing to accommodate their schedule and proclivities. I'll be hassling the mule for updates on how long this will last. Hopefully it's only a drill like last time. It's been 3 weeks since this lockdown quarantine bullcrap started. Somebody really humped the bunk. This guy's got some weird mannerisms. I miss you, Yvette. I hope you are safe down there. 25 days in, still no updates. Not a word from Yvette. The banging and shouting you've been hearing over the last hour would be an unannounced arrival of a SEC team. The ship they arrived on, the Sebastian, is moored in the DS-15 Dock 5, which is out of bounds. Do not screw with these guys. They stormed the facility like they were raiding a drug lab and had itchy trigger fingers for anyone standing in their way. These war chickens are taking orders directly from corporate. The rest of us are just in the way. I'm available if you have any questions or concern, but keep your eyes open for GD's sake. Keep your distance. Keep it together, Dawn. Your crew needs you. Yvette will be fine. I've got more bad news. The Weather Service has alerted us to a mother of a large storm approaching our mobile Chernobyl from the SW. Okay, we're getting a lot of things here. Our own ping jockeys predict we've got about 9 hours before it hits, so tend to any hatches and bulkheads. You know the drill. Get those supplies strapped down or brought in, and make sure your assigned cargo has been mag-locked. I want everything to be ship-shape. Let's not take any chances here. The storm looks like an angry one, and the grunt work will help us keep our minds off things. Okay, logs erased. Attention, with the storm rocking in 2 hours, we're given the marching order. Pack up your stuff and get to Dock 5 in 30 minutes. No exceptions. Move it. And we know that people died there. Kane's Reign. Someone at HQ didn't want us talking and flipped a kill switch. All outgoing net functionality is dead with a single exception. Kane Luna. It's the only place our hardware is talking right now, but by the looks of it, it's a hell of a conversation. Mule comms are still good, but our broadcast blackouts means they're also cut off from the rest of the world. I'm starting to think that's the point. Mule hardline died. No more chatter from Kane Luna. Screams from maintenance. Part of me regrets not boarding Sebastian with when it left, but I couldn't abandon my crew, or Yvette. The nice to have her close even like this. Okay, so she's dead. I wonder if I could have saved her if I'd fought my way down earlier. Rationally, I know they would have shot me, shot both of us, but maybe it would have been fine. Maybe it would have been better to die together instead of just finding her too late. I'll meet my maker soon. Waiting is agony. I'm just too tired for it. But I think it would be nice to watch the fireworks with her. To sit together one last time before everything comes crashing down, listening to our hearts beat in tune as we join the Nexus. Okay. And that's the body bag, yeah, so there's something in it, apparently.
Children should not try this.
A bionic heart. So he kept her heart beating? Even though she was obviously dead? Secured elevator, sentry gun. Okay. Okay, we need something. Oh, we need to put like something there. I think I know how this works, but high caliber sentry gun is programmed to autonomously fire and targets identified.
Not toys.
Guns are not toys. Depleted power cell. Okay. Okay, so how do we undeplete the power cell? Okay. Alright. So let's switch back. Can she get through her door now? No. This is out of order. Okay, so maybe magnet and okay. Okay. Do we have anything else? Okay, so what I think needs to happen is I think he needs to put the heart here, right? No? Okay. I was figuring that this needs the heart so it has something to shoot at. I don't have a real heart, but I do have a brain. Okay. Can she go back to the station here? Now, this is a fuel mix. I don't think this is gonna let us. Okay. I'm sure Mac. Oh, Mac. He can charge this? Ow. Oh, here. Cell recharge. Yeah. Okay, we need that fuse? Where did we use the fuse at? It was up here somewhere, I believe. Yeah, the junction box. Which we don't need anymore because we've already opened the door. And now we can put the fuse back. And then we can pull this. Okay, now this is a charged power cell. Good. Switch here. Okay, we need that back.
Something has activated behind me. Something colourful. Hope loved colours.
Needs target data. Hollow table. Okay. So that's off. We have we put the heart there now. No. What if we take this? No. Okay. So now, can we combine this with this? No. Still functional, too bad this one is mostly meat and veins. Okay. Oh, maybe Mac can rip the power source off? Yeah, there we go.
What is it?
Separated the power source from this heart. Was completely embedded into the meat.
Wash your hands, Mac.
Alright, and now we need to give that to you, because then you can combine this and this.
That actually worked.
What did you do, Charlie?
Just mimicked the sound of a human heart to get this security implant to work. Nothing big.
So smart, Charlie.
I see why you keep him around.
Okay, and then that opens that. Unable to cycle. Okay. Oh. Okay. Magnet. Yep. Okay, cool. So she gets to make some progress now. Blood, body bags, probably a different...
Oh, Jesus. I got 2 more bodies here.
Like the ones upstairs?
No. No, these are worse. And they're in body bags.
I'm getting really close to calling this, Charlie.
Okay, so we got a way out there, dark water.
Wow. The diving bell is huge. I mean, this thing can take an enormous amount of pressure.
How far down do you think they were going?
With equipment like this, deep. Very deep.
Okay. I guess that we can't go in there? Oh, we can. Elevator diagram. Okay. Diving bell, curve. Diving bell terminal.
Hmm.
Can you hack that?
Not by myself. Moses, I'm gonna need your help here.
My Charlie.
Blank data disk. Okay, so this is where we're going to need someone's DNA. So...
What the hell?
bingo, here we go.
This isn't an oil rig, Mac. It's some kind of lab.
Yeah, I see it. It explains why there's no AIS. Yeah. They're operating off the grid out here.
But why?
Okay. Examine PDA. Who do we got here? Oh. Oh, this is Elspos. Okay, this is the doctor. I'm slowly growing accustomed to my condition following the unfortunate incident. In many ways, the noose hanging over my head has sharpened my intuition and emboldened my drive. I'm beginning to accept that it was necessary catastrophe that allowed me to push beyond my previous capabilities. The downside is that I have no one to consult on scientific matters. The other research staff here dawdle in minor work, while the rest are goons trained only in manual labor. My closest peer is a cult expert Baron. Still, we are forbidden from addressing him directly or making eye contact, from which is a ludicrous authoritarian move. Even in isolation, I have ideas. I've been thinking how I can turn this curse of mine into a boon. I'm curious to see how it will affect other biomatter. Watching the cook sit at the edge of the platform and fish gave me an idea of where I could find suitable test samples. I may not have access to that sexy mule research, but my position affords me some perks, including shared samples. I have been analyzing a fascinating sample from Alpha's old Sheila project. Based on the generated model, its vestigial organs appeared to have no use. The eyes were hollow sacs of fluid, and the legs were of different sizes. But Sheila is not the Holy Grail. It is merely an evolutionary stepping stone. The Pteropedia... Oh, God. Okay. Sachilinius? Sachiliniensis. There we go. And 193 is our salvation, but it remains beyond my grasp as a mere Cain supplicant. There we go. Mr. Darren, okay, so this is to Kurt. While I understand that proper procedure must be followed, your ignorance threatens my research and well-being. Unfortunately, corporate is currently preoccupied with organizing the Omega construction, so I'm forced to debase myself by going through you to obtain my injections. Don't confuse these for some farcical dietary supplements. Without them, the nanites in my blood would corrode my bones to the point of shattering, after which the same nanites would perpetually rebuild the shards into increasingly hideous forms. It is not a pleasant experience, nor one that correlates with long life expectancy. If my calcium injections aren't on the next shipment, I will ensure that your contract is terminated and your mother is thrown to the gutters. Wow. Label these as highest priority. My life and your continued employment depend on it. I don't mean to gloat, but my work has yielded impressive results. The introduction of my nanites has revived cells within the bone marrow samples, and they continue to divide at a healthy rate. Moreover, the reluctant growth continues to expand exponentially. It will soon be complex enough to allow for initial biological analysis of the retrieved corpses. I managed to synthesize my very own PS-139 from the remains brought here for Baron. Watching the bioculture mature fills me with pride and relief. It will mark my milestone achievement, one of the few I've managed since we first arrived chasing those signals. Okay, this is a new bit of information. I'll also admit to some dark pleasure in knowing that I was right to stay, despite Mr. Alcabor's... That's very similar to a name from the last game. Attempts to replace me with Dr. Yamada. Unfortunately, although predictably, others are covetous of success. Due to shifting scope, the experiment and all relevant documentation will be reallocated and escalated. Baron will be taking ownership, and the sample will be moved down to his lab. I doubt I'll get credit beyond a footnote. Unfortunately, owing to my meticulous work process, I have copies of my work that I'll be keeping. If Cain isn't interested in giving credit where it's due, I'll find someone who is. I made contact with an old friend on the mule. He is eager to share his findings with me. Okay, so this is the Sid Mason. Listen here, you little bilge turd. I will personally report you to Baron if you improperly dispose of my specimens again. I won't have the base-born interfering with company business. I should have you thrown in the brig. I demand to know who else is involved. As if working with His Highness Baron and his heliosis problem wasn't enough, nothing functions properly on this floating rust bucket. They are all interfering weasels here. If Cain catches a whiff of my side projects, there may be a problem. I've told my connection that our clock is now ticking. Mr. Cameron, I need you to hurry to my lab. The evacuation will wrap up within a few hours. Mule operations have concluded and the bell has been recalled. As such, you'll be required to carry specific equipment aboard the Sebastian. I'm currently preoccupied with processing and collecting crucial documentation, but I have earmarked relevant machines for your convenience. Consider this your apology to me for disposing of my data samples. Oh yes, your friend squealed like a pig when I applied the right pressure. If your mission of guilt is beyond your character, I imagine the promise of escaping several weeks of water and food rationing will be appropriate motivator. Okay, clone to a device. I scribbled the code to Chimera mass storage unit on one of the reports. I cannot find it for my life. But do not worry, I have research encoded on a data disk. I'm leaving this PDA as backup should I return. Never returned. Okay. Well. Report on skeleton. 180. Okay. Transparent dividers. Padded room surfaces. Oh. Oh. What is that?
Charlie, what in Kane is that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's ancient. And doesn't have anything to do with Kane.
Carved disc. A large coin-shaped disc dominates the side of the room. The quality with which the stone has been sculpted suggests it was made with modern-day equipment, though numerous symbols emblazoned on the surface do not resemble any glyphs you recognize. Documents.
Huh. Look at these drawings.
I like these.
Oh,
Pretty.
309?
I have very different definitions of pretty. Bear.
309 maybe? Is that it might be 509. I don't know. It's hard to tell what this is, but I think it's a 3. Let's go back. What's the last number on this report? 180. Okay, so I think it's 180309. I'm gonna guess that's gonna give us access to the genetic sequencer. Okay. So first we gotta put a disc in. So 1803. Okay, there's 4 numbers. Wait, 4 numbers? 1830. Okay. So we're looking for 4 numbers. Was there anything on this? No. Documents. We've only... A volcanic we've only found on the advanced instrument not known to... Okay. So this is the only one that's close. It's 180 something. So I guess we could just try the last... 1809. Oh. Chimera mass. Copying genetic data onto a disk. Encoded data disk. Okay. And then we need the map. Okay, so that's what we're gonna stick to the thing. Got it. Okay, so now she's done for now. You need to put the mass here. Oh, didn't mean to take that again. Put the mass there. Now you also need the disc. Give it to the sentry gun. Engage.
was that?
I opened the door.
A door? What'd you use, dynamite?
Guns are not toys, Mac.
He has a gun now?
What are you complaining about? He didn't shoot you.
Not yet.
I am a very smart bear now.
I like the banter. Okay, so now we're here.
I'm here, Charlie.
Good work, Moses. I need you to override the terminal inside the big metal ball. Can you do that?
I am a smart bear now.
Now, I will say what's interesting
This
about...
place is not safe or happy. Children should not play here.
So what's interesting, though, is by having 3 characters, it actually takes away something that the first game had, which was the isolation. Like, we had other characters, but we were only communicating to them through comms. But here, like, yeah, we have comms, but we also have physically, like, the characters on the place together, right?
Connection secure. Attempting firewall override.
Charlie, computer says doors are open. I'm heading your way.
Okay, roger that.
Okay. Uh-oh. This is interesting. So this is the first time these have been staticked out. We can't switch characters.
I'm inside. This place is leaking bad.
Seem intact?
It's solid. Kane built it like they build everything. To last.
Okay, and he needs to go up here. And he can go through this door now that it's open.
Rest in peace, Captain. May your mind reach the Nexus.
You really think he had a transcendence implant?
You never know.
Transcendence implant. That's interesting. Okay, now he's able to go through here.
Those
Which...
bodies. Maybe a shark attack?
Wounds are too uniform. Shark teeth rip the shit out of flesh.
Language, Mac.
What about that guy upstairs? The damage on him?
Yeah, that was something else. Intentional. Maybe someone lost it. You know, went psycho.
Okay, so now we all get into the diving bell, I'm guessing.
I don't think we should be doing this. We don't have any idea where this thing goes.
It goes down.
You know what I mean.
I'm not going back to the boat. You can leave if you want to, but I'm staying.
God damn it, you take too many risks, too easily.
And you don't fight hard enough for things that are important.
Ooh, okay.
Mac, this one time. Will you just trust me? We're all we've got left.
We're all we've got left.
Fine. Okay. Okay.
All right. Are you Mac? Is it as in, am I playing Mac, or if I am Mac the person? I am not Mac the person, but Mac is one of 3 playable characters in this game, so. Also, hello, Milk Hunter. How are you doing today? Into the diving bell we go. I'm gonna guess this is where Chapter 2 starts.
This thing just keeps on going.
Have we ever been this deep?
Deep.
Yeah, the Crozier was close.
Not by half. That was under an ice shelf.
Deep.
I love that job. It's good, clean salvage. In and out, no surprises. No bodies.
We are deep.
Yes, there are bodies. We've worked with bodies before. So far, there's been
So
nothing.
far.
Why?
I'm sorry, Mac, but you know I'm right. You know without this, we're at a dead end. We won't be able
Are
to.
we underwater?
Just for a little while, Mose.
I do not like water. In water you are powerless.
At least the bear gets it.
Interesting. Ugh. That doesn't look good. Probably a hermit crab. Yeah. They've actually seen that before where crabs will find different homes, and they'll be like in soda cans, they'll be in... They've seen them do skulls. Not very often, though, because, you know, human skulls don't usually end up in the ocean. But hermit crabs will make a home out of most things that they can fit into. Although this is pretty deep for a hermit crab, I would say. Mule. Okay. Guess we'll have to figure out what that stands for. Chapter 2. Okay, that's what I figured. Figured we'd make it to the next chapter. All calm beneath.
Warning. Docking bay depressurized. No atmosphere present. Warning.
Well, glad it told us. We'd be dead in 90 seconds in there.
Not just us. If there's no life support, does that mean there's no survivors?
Charlie Mac, I do not need life or support.
Lucky you.
Yes. Moses, go for it. See if you can pressurize everything out there.
Okay, so... No atmosphere present in docking bay L7. Do not exit. Open service hatch. Proceed. Alright.
Welcome to the Mule. You are now in the lobby.
Not the machine.
Seek would be the best game choice here.
No bodies. No one at all.
And it looks sealed off.
Where did everyone go? Someplace further in?
Okay, let's quick save here. Actually, let's do a hard save. We haven't done a hard save at all. Create new save. Okay. See what we can get out of the machine.
Not safe for children.
Someone wanted food bad.
Saw blade, okay. We take this. Okay, we can hack this. Purge expired Duca paste. So we need something to hold this up. Call for mule maintenance. Okay. Floor. Wet floor disappears of neglected environment.
I hope you all had a great rest and are ready to tackle the weekend. Remember, a curious mind gets results. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek new opportunities.
Okay, door control.
The glass is too thick for a bear. It needs a Mac.
Discarded equipment. Equipment and clutter shoved aside and with intent more concerned with clearing a path in haste and less with hygienic cleanliness. Air process. Air filtration pump sets dead. Its function ceased for such a time where the atmosphere has been starved and strained of vital life support. Broken ladder. Okay, so we can go in this vent.
Locked.
Keep looking, Mose.
My Charlie.
Okay, that's an annoying sound.
I see we have a lot on our plate. Your debt is vital to us. So let's ensure we're all working hard to meet our goals and deliver on our commitments.
Oh, okay. I was not thinking that would work. Blunt saw blade. Yeah, that's what I was like. That's probably not gonna work.
Oh no, I do not like dogs, Charlie Mac.
Just push past it, it won't bite you.
I do not like dogs, Charlie.
He's terrified, Mac.
This dog is bad.
It's a toy. It doesn't get scared, not really. And through there's the only way to get us out of here.
And if he's ripped to shreds, then we're done.
You care about that thing too much.
This dog must be very hungry.
Okay. So let's save again. I wonder if we could get a death sequence here. Probably. Yep. Stasis. Alright.
I see we have a lot on our plate. Your debt is vital to us. So let's ensure.
So we can put this here. We can grab that. And then we can give that to the dog.
Eat. Bad dog.
My dog's probably gonna like die.
I do not like tight places, Charlie.
Sure like complaining, though, huh, Bear?
You're doing great, Mose.
Bad smells. Dead smells.
Okay, regulator valve. Alright, so he looks like inert gas scrubber. Broken handle. And got a vent and some mold. Regulator valve. $13. So that would be 100%, right? Yeah, okay. Don't think we'll have to figure out what that is. Organic tendrils. Examine PDA. Let's get some information here. All right, Bruno Carrera. Carrera? Maybe? I don't know. Mission successful. Managed to smuggle Missy into my quarters. Okay, so that's probably the dog. I'm glad I forked out a few extra ration packs for a handbag breed. I figure I can walk her at night between shifts and stuff her down my overalls if anyone gets close. Construction is commenced in the exterior framework of the new site entrance. Fabrication will take about 2 months. Sorry, all the words were jumbling together. About 2 months with the pre-built sections we have to work with. After the shell has been constructed, we can begin connecting the umbilical and draining seawater from this structure. Missy has outgrown her carry case. She's most definitely not a toy Pomeranian. Ever since we cut into the structure, I've been having bizarre dreams and waking up in a cold sweat with my eyes wide open. In the most recent vision, I'm laying paralyzed on a stone slab. I hear a growl and a grunt to my left, and then I see a naked, crying child to my right. Wow. Suddenly, my legs are burning. I feel pressure on my prostate, and then I realize they're cutting me open from anus to chest. Wow, that's messed up. I look up and scream, but no sound comes out. Their cold eyes stare into my soul. Prefabrication took slightly longer than expected due to unidentified electrical interference, but we finished assembling the outer shell. The crew has dubbed it the blister. By my estimation, we will be draining the blister, so to speak, in early January. Several inspection drones went missing. They were not showing up on the mule roster. Review: Zombie Shark, one of Brian Henderson's lesser-known monster movies. A shark is brought back from the dead by waste runoff and wreaks havoc on a small seaside town. The practical effects aren't convincing, but they are fun. I have seen a shark with half its face missing, and Henderson took some creative liberties. Missy and I give it a 7 out of 10. The scrubbers have been bugging some of the welding units. I recommend they be deactivated till the construction is complete. Furthermore, I would like to report that Robert Folius has commandeered some company equipment, including UAVs and sample collectors, for personal use. Hijacked drones have repeatedly buzzed our construction site at dangerous speeds. Okay, this is from the supervisory board. Mr. Bruno suffered a minor injury today when a series of pipes burst on the blister. The violent pressure change in his suit resulted in dual pneumothorax. The damage to his lungs is irreparable. A complete transplant has been scheduled and billed his company account. Mandatory indenture debt obligation has been extended to 15 years until the principal has been repaid. Further investigation will be necessary, but the company is indemnified as per Article 1287 of Mr. Carrera's employment contract. We wish him a full recovery and prompt return to his post. So basically what happened is he got injured on the job, but because he signed a contract, not only is the company not responsible, they get more money out of him. Or time, in this case. I feel horrible. Missy was alone for 3 days until Milford rescued her. It's been 2 months since the accident. I still can't sleep. Whenever I visit the dig site, I get the feeling I'm being watched. It's mostly quiet, but some nights I can hear something moving deeper in the temple. I've talked to Dr. Shaw about it, and she says I'm suffering from trauma-induced hallucinations. Doctors never listen. I had strange dreams before the accident. At least I'm not alone down here. Sometimes Missy lets out a blood-curdling yelp, reminding me of Cujo with her raised hackles. Does she also sense the stirring below? Insides Out 2. I only made it through a few minutes. The scene with the critter moving into the protagonist's belly really got to me. Unrealistic and gross. Done exclusively for shock value. The last of the Omega equipment has been transported into the temple. My contract is almost up. After that, Missy and I will head to the surface for some much-needed R&R. Then we can begin chipping away at my debt. Lake isn't returning my calls, and neither is Lester. This is the second poker game they've missed. Come to think of it, Lake has a bounce in his step. I bet he's banging somebody on the mule. Me, I'm a one-lady man, and that lady has 4 legs. It's not how you want to phrase that. I yearn to have a waking dream again. Have the waking dream again. It took some convincing, but Dr. Shaw finally prescribed me a fat man. That's an explosive in Fallout, but sure. You're supposed to take the drug orally, but I've heard it can produce hallucinations when taken as a suppository. That means up his butt. So that's the road my fat man will take. Bingo, it worked. Time slowed, a rhythmic beat took my body to a new plane of existence as I was pulled from my mortal coil. I was on a granite slab again, but this time I spoke. I could understand the words of the song. It was beautiful. Something crawled under my skin, into my heart, behind my eyes. The church bells chimed, and Jesus rose from the quivering mass of flesh. I was not scared, and it all felt so real. We headed straight for the ventilation shaft when the screaming started. And who should we find but Basaigon? I don't even know how to say that. He was realizing some kind of vaporized agent into the ventilation system while cackling like a deranged demon. He came at me with his fist balled up and beat me unconscious with the canister he was carrying. That was the last mistake he ever made. When I came to, I saw that Missy had torn his throat out of his neck. I must have inhaled massive dose of whatever poison he was trying to circulate around the mule because I passed out again. When I woke a few days later, my loyal pooch had eaten what's left of Tidges? We're surviving on salvaged Juka paste. We have enough for a few months, or at least until the air purifiers give up or reset. I have no idea what the correct settings for are, and Bazengard damaged the equipment, so I'm sure the rescue team is closed. I feel wrong. All I hear is a rhythmic beat, and it's driving me crazy. Are the children singing again? Their voice echoes against the wall of my cranium. We are reaching for heaven. We must ascend. Missy is at my side. Her friendship is all that matters. Okay. And that's the body we now see.
Hello, I am Moses.
What in hell?
Is that human?
Hello?
The fucking heart is still beating, Charlie.
Language, Mac.
Those look like flowers? Some sort of vegetative growth?
Flowers. They float too.
Spores. There's spores coming off that thing. Moses, get away from it.
My Mac.
Okay. Atmosphere computer.
The central atmospheric monitoring system requires recalibration.
I can read. Thanks, Bear.
Okay, so we need something to recalibrate that. Go this way? What's that? Oh, that's the dog. Dog's mounted code adheres to the body like a cream fur rug. Its ribs protrude like a xylophone, ready to play a heartbreaking melody. Mold. Okay, what's this? Regulator valve. Okay, so we don't know what to do with that just yet. Wait, does this... Okay. There's a vent here. I don't know if we can open it. Okay, so this had something on it. H49 XE2 Oxygen 1. Okay, so it's, let's take some notes here. So it's H49, so that's hydrogen 49, XE is 2, oxygen is 1, and HE, which is helium, is 50. Okay. We can't do anything with this because we got to get this handle fixed. Nitrogen is 3, but it's crossed out. I'll write that down. But, okay. Let's see if we can use those numbers over here on this. So hydrogen should be 49. Oxygen should be 1. And helium needs to be 50. Okay. There's something here. We either need to put something there or... Okay. There's a direction over here as well. Iris vent. This is locked. Give the broken handle to her. Maybe she can fix that with this.
And?
Yeah.
We have a working handle.
Okay.
That's a plus.
And then give that back to Moses. And then he can run back over here. And then he can put this here. Okay, inert gas scrubber. Okay, we don't know that decompression. 54 and 1. That'd be 65. Okay, that would equal 100, but we don't know. We don't know the information for this yet. The dog. There's no interaction here. There's no interaction there. Okay, so I think we're missing some crucial information. Check out the PDA real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. We're definitely missing some information somewhere. Because we need to figure out... Maybe we just get these all to 100? No. Okay, there is no 100. Put them all at 0. Okay. Missing some information somewhere.
I see we have a lot on our plate.
But it needed a Mac to open.
These doors are locked.
I figured. Emergency bulkheads came down.
Then people could still be alive on the other side.
Okay. Were we able to do anything else with this machine? No. Go in here. Okay. We can't go through that door. We have both valves in place now. We're missing something here. Is it this? What is the
Something
hint?
sharp could cut through the vines. If only I had claws.
only I had claws? We don't have anything sharp. Ah! This is different. Okay, inert gas scrubber. Sorry. Inert gas scrubber 20, 54, 26. Okay, so that... Interesting. Before that just said maintenance, so... Very curious why that all of a sudden has... information on it. So what were the numbers? Uh, 20, 54, 26. 20, 54, 26. So, 20, 54, 26. Okay. That didn't do anything. Did I read it wrong? Scrubber, counter diffusion, sat decompress. Wait, are those in that order? We know the first one is scrubber, so it's 20%. Counter diffusion, is that actually the second one? Yes. And then this is 26. So that would be 80, that's 100, yeah. So so that makes 100 there, and we have 100 on the other one. We have the helium at 49, or no, the hydrogen at 49, the helium at 50, and oxygen at 1. Okay, hydrogen is at 49, oxygen is at 1, helium is at 50. That would be... Need something sharp like claws, it said. Oh, maybe we can go to the computer now. Yeah, here we go.
Attention. Central atmospheric monitoring system has been calibrated. Attention.
Atmosphere, okay. I'm guessing we don't just turn them all on. Okay. So now we need information on this. So maybe the computer here has something else now? No. Does she see something different? No. Okay. So we need Moses to figure this out. How do we know what this one is? Like, we could trial and error this, but I feel like they would give us information, right? They've always given us information, because we could do like 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3, nothing, and then you do like 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and then you do this. Right, and then you can do 2, 1. Okay, so it's got to be... Hold on. Problem is, there's also the reverse. Okay. So, we need information. I'm not going to keep trying to brute force that. See, it's weird, because it says it needs something sharp, but this doesn't work, right? Hmm. Okay, is there something in here? Um... Okay. Hmm. Does this have anything on it? No. So this has XE2 and N3, but that still doesn't help us. Is this open now because we have the atmospheric thing? No. Hmm. Okay. We haven't seen... Select atmosphere venting station. We haven't seen these symbols, right? So what I think's happening is it's not like a 3, 1, 2 or anything like that. I think it's something like this, right? It's the position is what matters, right? The problem is we haven't seen this symbol anywhere, right? We haven't seen these cogwheels, this power symbol, or that. Let's go look around outside again. And maybe we missed like a drawing on something. Okay. Maybe it's on the machine. No. Nothing on the door. I need Mac to open that. There's something on the entrance to the vent, maybe? Ah, here it is. So it's top left, bottom middle. Okay. I was like, I know they've always given us the solution for this, but it is a position thing. So, yeah, that should be easy enough. They probably knew if they went with numbers, it could be brute forced, so at least this way they can force you to actually look around. So it was that. No, this. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yep.
I will leave here soon.
Good work, Mose. Cleverest bear. Meet us back at the main lobby.
I am the cleverest bear.
You're making a monster here.
Okay. Mobile water laboratory environment. Okay, mobile underwater laboratory environment is what MULE stands for.
What the hell just...
This place isn't as intact as I thought. Pressure differential caused it to buckle.
Is Charlie Mac okay?
The diving bell's destroyed. There's no way back up.
Bigger issue is we're trapped, and it's flooding. What were you saying before? All calm beneath the surface.
Is Charlie Mac okay?
No, Moses. We're not. It's flooding in here. We need a way out.
Okay, we need to get you... Oh, why could she not get out? That's interesting. Well, we know he can go to the door control.
I can try and break the glass.
Broken glass is dangerous, Mac.
Thank you, Moses.
Oh, that's interesting. So, the perspective actually changed.
Damn it. The control box is shorted.
You'll have to bridge the short.
The handle won't stay down. The door won't stay open.
What are we...
You get through the door.
But...
I'll figure it out. Get through it. Go!
So the perspective actually changed. When the bear looked at it, he only saw the bottom of the box. When Mac looked at it, he actually saw the entire box. That's very cool. I like that. Table. Okay, not.
Mac? Moses? Mac, can
So
you hear me?
look at the top left.
God
When the face showed up, when it showed like her talking to people, it looked like there was like an undulating face in there instead. What is this? Okay, we need to. We got an igniter. Okay, we need something to like break the glass, I guess. Maps. Something down here, okay. I'm guessing that'll be useful later on. Tiled wall, okay.
Charlie, you there? Read me.
Mac, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, don't get too excited. Still flooding in here. Running out of headspace, fast.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Figure it out.
Okay, so now he's having to swim. Can we switch? No. No, it was... Hold on. I wonder if we can actually die in this sequence. It was bottom left, top. So it's 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, I see. Blue doesn't move? Okay, it does. Okay, so this... Oh, so we get a hint here. It says that the first space is open here. Here we need an open space on 2, 4, unless that's where they go? Okay, no, here we go. 2... 2, 4... No, that has to be where they go, right? So it has to be like that. Okay, so this one... The 1 is by itself. But we don't know the rest of it. So I'm guessing we have to get this all to be white in order for it to count. Doesn't look like we can drown. Oh, I didn't even see this thing at the top. This is where it needs to be. So, okay, well if that's the case, then this is wrong. That needs to be there. Okay. So we need 2 here. And nothing in the last one. Okay. So that actually simplifies it a little bit. Maybe that. There it goes. So we had two hints. We had the solution at the top, and we had the thing on the left.
Maintenance requested.
Moses.
Hello, Mac. Your situation does not seem fun.
Well, you're not wrong. Can you open this vent? I hit the maintenance request.
My Mac.
Okay. All emergency maintenance. Open maintenance vents.
Maintenance is important.
Cycling vents. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was two vents that we could go through. And this one doesn't work because it's broken, right? Yeah. Oh, I found a VHS tape accidentally. Okay. Said it was cycling vents, but we're not. I'm guessing we're supposed to go out this vent. Ah. I see.
Not bad, Bear.
Mac, I am glad you are not dead.
More than just a toy, isn't he?
You may have a point.
Where are you?
I think, an escape pod bay. Looks sealed, though. Give me a second here.
Okay, so we got duct wall. Gloomy ducts coil akin to a snail shell. Interior flooded by thick sheets of wandering dust. Service pipes. Racks. Grating. Hatch.
Yeah, it's the escape pods. And big shock, they're all gone.
At least someone got out of here alive.
Did they, though? Can you guarantee that? Failed escape.
Wait. Pods aren't all gone. And not everyone escaped.
What do you mean? Someone's alive?
In one of the pods. They're not moving, but I can hear them inside. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you hurt? Not gonna be easy. Lock will be pressurized. If you can hear me, I'm gonna try and get you out of there. Just stay calm.
I thought they were gonna jump scare us there for a second. Okay, we need something. Okay, we can get out of this vent, we just have to click on it.
This is not a good place to play. It smells wrong. Like dead things.
Ever wonder what the point was of putting olfactory sensors on a toy?
Maybe because it makes him more real.
You are either real or you're not.
You're right, Mose. I'm sorry.
So, there's actually a logical reason why you would put olfactory senses on a toy. If there's a fire, the toy can smell it, right? So it would smell the smoke and be like, oh, we need to get the child to safety or something, right? Like, that would make sense for a toy. If it's going to have olfactory senses, at least. Body on table. Stasis pod controls, okay. Yeah, there's another QR code. 7. Let's see if this QR code will work. Doesn't look like it. I have to do so. 7154 is what we see here. Dockmate control. Dockmate system active. Okay. Oh. Coronary artery bypass. More hysterectomy, radical mastectomy modified, colectomy, pneumothorax, prostatectomy, tonsillectomy, endectomy, arteroid end arterectomy, colectomy. That's coronary artery. Okay. So I believe it should be maybe that. Okay, it's not missing that. Because basically what we need... Oh, it's a tonsillectomy. The tonsillectomy. Duh. Okay. Where you at? Tonsillectomy. Okay, we need different tools. I'm sure there's some information around the room that we'll be able to find. Okay. We'll hold off on this. I don't want to use the hint just yet. Let's see what we can find. Stasis pod.
Hello, I am Moses.
Volunteer pods. What were they doing here?
Occupant shutdown.
You know the answer to that. If they were here by their own accord, they were paying off debts to Kane. If.
I was about to say, that doesn't make them volunteers anymore. I guess they could... Okay. Male, wait, Defritas, O negative male, age at intubation, 8 days in stasis.
These are in pain.
Interesting, okay. We're turning Moses into a killer. Days in stasis, 1300.
Oh, this is awful.
May their minds find the nexus.
I don't know if we're supposed to do this, but this is what we're doing.
These suffer. It is painful.
Empty stasis, okay. Alright, so we can go that way. And we can go this way. Are these children? Cryo eggs, okay.
You are in product storage, a restricted area.
Okay, are we gonna get shot? Flickering screen illuminates the leather chair, cracked surface evident beneath the desk that covers it. Okay. Don't look like there's much in here. Grotesque puppets tangled inside, yep. Unpowered terminal. Okay. We can't do anything in there just yet. Oh.
Charlie, Hope's favorite.
Favorite what?
A shark. Hope's favorite animal.
It is lovely.
Decaying shark.
You are in Aquarium H1.
Okay.
Hope's favorite. Cold. It no longer breathes.
That harpoon. Be careful, Bear. It's explosive tipped.
My Mac.
My Mac. Indeed. Frozen coil. Okay, we can send that to her, and she can maybe combine it with the igniter? Wait, who has the igniter? He has the igniter. No, okay. Well, she'll hold on to that stuff for now. Okay, we got a PDA and then a terminal. Read the PDA. Okay, this is... Oh, this was the one that was getting eaten. Oh, that's... Okay. So, he was referencing before referencing the last name, and then at the very end, changed it to the first name. So this is the biologist that the guy in the vents was talking about. On behalf of the Choka board, we don't know what that is, I congratulate you on your speedy recovery. Oh, sorry about that. And brand new lungs, liver, upper intestine, lower intestine, stomach, and kidneys. Basically his entire internal organs. You made a fantastic choice by going with our premium BioFix range. Did you know that BioFix has been rated #1 in Japan for 6 years running? We're even using them in oxygen system in the mule dive suits. Due to the cost of these items, you have been upgraded to Debt Band 1. You will be pleased to know that we could take your family's gross income as collateral. They have been transferred to Titan and given positions as hard labor specialists. Once your debt has been paid, you will be free to hand in their notice should they wish. Oh. Should they wish. Okay. I was raised at a salmon hatchery, not salmon. Hatchery in Luna. According to my mother, I have wanted to be a marine biologist since I was 5. I'm not the best swimmer, but I've gotten to know marine life intimately through books and laboratory research. My obsession with bloodthirsty man-eaters spurred me to seek post at this facility. Working with the great minds like Dr. Kubi-Lewis is an added perk. From Lalila Van Wyck. Do you realize you lost 70% of your blood in the attack? Count your blessings, dude. I hope you take this as a sign to stop your crazy solo outings. What if you get hurt again? What if security finds out? I dragged your butt back to the mule this time, but I won't always be there for you. I know you're worried about your family, dude, but there are other ways to help them. Talk to me. We'll figure it out together. It's easy for her to tell me to stop. Her dad is rich. Meanwhile, my family is chipping away at rocks. The board has seen fit to approve your request for the specimen to be placed into your care in light of unique connection with the creature. However, we are aware of an unexploded spear gun shaft and request that you proceed with extreme caution. Management wants you to know that this species survives at such depths, and you are to report your findings directly to Dr. Atlas Moon. Okay, and this is to Dr. Lake. I apologize if I interrupted during a sensitive moment yesterday. I just wanted to tell you that I'm a huge fan of your work. Your thesis on memory-coded RNA was an inspiration to me. Could you spare me a few minutes of your time when you're feeling better? I'd love to show you the research I'm working on. Of course, it's nothing as revolutionary as yours. Still, there is something strange about the fauna here. Something more than can be accounted for by extreme conditions. Do you ever wonder what the Omega boys are doing? Well, it's biowarfare or something like it. I retrieved a sample from the corpse of one of the Omega Lamb products before it was cremated. Do you know about the microbe's behavior toward genetic structure? I'm forwarding a copy of my report and the partial genome. With deepest admiration, Tidge. I heard you're back at the aquarium. We should talk. I've kept Jaws on ice, but it's still alive. I will keep it at that way until I've extracted every ounce of sweet revenge. Come on, I know you read these messages. I know you at least see them. Well, I found it. The microbe is still in the shark, pulling apart its genetic structure and molding it back together like putty, just like it did with those Omega corpses. This species shouldn't even exist, but she is neither dead nor alive. The microbe must be endemic to this region. It appears to be form a symbiotic relationship with other organisms in the ecosystem, so everything is a little infected. There's something else too, additional genomic information that PS-139 brings with it. Can't quite understand it yet, but I'm getting close. I've been testing my PS-139 extract on the deep sleepers in the adjacent lab. Cut the microbe with holy dust and a little MDMA. Wow. I even pulled them out of stasis for a few minutes to get as much information as possible. Moon's pet product 6455A3. I was particularly violent, so I gave her a little extra juice or a surprise critter cocktail. Yeah, I'm breaking the law, but I'm all in now. I've ordered 6 more. Hopefully I'll get an adult products this time. Oh. From now on, I'm using holy dust only. No MDMA. It provides the perfect neural delivery agent. I'm writing... Okay, this is the supervisory board again. I'm writing you on behalf of the board to hereby order a halt of any further excursions using Kane Corporation equipment for a time. While the board appreciates your enthusiasm, it sees little value in your current research. Therefore, it does not deem risk to Kane properly justified. I would remind you that your family is several months behind on debt repayment. Speaking personally, I'm shocked at your recklessness. Kane has graciously made you a better man, and this smacks of ingratitude. In parting, I offer some advice. Next time you have a great idea, disregard it, look at your dusty list, and go back to work. Not shared hallucinations, memories. Memories from previous PS-139 hosts. All of them connect together through neural mycelium network. Imagine the entertainment value of this. Test subjects. I need more test subjects. Lester, you old salt dog, come join me for a little holy dust tonight after your shift ends. Keep it on the down low. I'm keeping up appearances, letting them think I'm crazy. In an insane world, a sane man must appear totally bonkers. I slipped a bit of my magic dust to Carreria while he was recovering in the med bay. He will be my control subject. Uh-oh. After Lester survived the experiment, I decided the distilled PS-139 RNA extract on myself. My personal microdosing is proving fruitful. The process induces a waking dream that can only be described as a shared neural network of images, sounds, and emotions. I've managed to limit the duration of the experience to a few seconds, and dang, it was a ride. I swear I touched God. The world melted into a Van Gogh painting and joined a metamorphosized... That's not how you spell it, I think. Metamorphosed reality. Is that a word? Of million minds screaming together. Milford lasted an hour. He's not doing well. Request for financial compensation for private research. A copy of my results is enclosed as proof of concept. These findings are going to revolutionize the entertainment industry. I know that your hands are firmly up the butt of every drug dealer from Cape to Cairo, and it would be grand if we could all benefit. Lake. Okay, so this is from... Do you think I'm a fool? I know about the tumor. I got it out of Milford. The coward told me you're the reason it hasn't been removed. Why would that be? I looked up to you. Maybe I'm a fool, only for that. Message high priority. Oh, this is from corporate. Congratulations. Due to the sensitive and unconventional nature of the research and your blatant disregard for procedure, it has been decided that more experienced project lead is needed to oversee the next phase of the trial. We do not recognize private research. You will turn over all relevant data to Dr. Yamada's team upon their arrival. Okay, so they completely took everything away from him now. Hand over my research. I paid their price in my flesh and blood, and now they need to reciprocate. Starting with you. Oh, okay. I'm releasing holding dust and aerosol PS-139 into the vents. Okay, so this is what he was releasing, so that everyone can see God. I've called up an old contact topside. They're sending a courier in in a week. Looking forward to sitting on a sunny bench collecting my 20%. To the mule staff. You're all scientists. You must understand that suffering is essential to progress. I only recently grasped this, and now I am free. Okay. Okay, so can we take the igniter, maybe? No. Okay, so we have to unfreeze the coil. Alright, this is the workbench. Images. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so this is some, like, underground system, I'm guessing. Research. Okay, this is the shark. That is something with teeth. Okay. Messages. No entries found. Trash. Here we go. Alright, so this is a person in the... Okay, they've blurred out stuff. What is this? Like something in a cave? Yeah, it's something in a cave. There's like a submarine and a cave. Change wallpaper. This is an interesting interface. I wonder if there's some combination of like wallpaper and like image or something. Okay, so I think that's it. At least that we can get from that. There's a tank. There's a gargantuan eel monstrosity suspended in one. Hold on. Its clouded eyes, statuesque stillness, evidence of death long since welcomed. Throng of cable vomits out from the slack maw before snaking towards the port in the far wall. Okay. So we got a security bay. Employee eye code. Okay. So that was at the bottom of the computer. Maybe not. Thought it was here. Oh, maybe this? 98110? Nine, 8, 1, 1. Oh, there is no 0. Okay. So we need... Okay, so we need something else. Oh, it's like 7198 or something. There was a code on this corpse back here. On the arm. $7154. That's what it was. 7154. 7154. There we go.
Security system access granted.
Charlie Mac.
Mac, look at this.
Looks like a rover. Big one.
That could be our way out of here. Where is this, Moses?
I can
Underwater.
show you.
Transmitting target coordinates.
Okay. Yeah, so that's not far on the seabed. I can make it there.
Seems like a big risk.
Well, that's our reality right now.
Okay. She said she thinks she can make it there, so... Oh, yeah, because she's got the diving suit. Personal log. Okay, this is Matt Barden. Okay, before we get into this, I am going to take a little bit of a break to stretch and get some more to drink so that my throat does not give out while we're reading this. I will be right back. Okie dokie, we have returned. Let's take a gander at what's going on here with Matt Barton. Happy birthday to me. I'm 90 years old and I don't look a day over 45. It's one of the perks of pampered life as an organ service insurance product. Wait, what does that mean? Organ insurance product? Lifeblood Corp at your service. To celebrate, I ordered Casa Marzu and washed it down with some Cananao di Sardinia? Sardinia. I think that's how you're supposed to say that. Live maggots and all. Yuck. I've always been a loner with a penchant for the good life, even during my time at La Vita Paradise, which only cost me a kidney. Now my family debt has finally been paid off, and the best is yet to come. All right, so this is to a new person. We don't know who this Christian Badagello is. Or Badagello, maybe. Have you had any more run-ins with scrubbers? When I'd go out for pressure tests a few months back, I'd see a swarm every 2 or 3 outings. Now I see one every time I leave the mule. I know they're supposed to be harmless, but I get the impression they're not working correctly. The dive suits I'm servicing show up with electrical burns, and they're deep sea rated and metallic glass reinforced. I've almost overhauled the Max Ocean M4 diving suit, but several parts still need to be replaced and repaired. Unfortunately, the old components are unsalvageable because they were melted by scrubbers. I wish we had one of those fancy matter replicators Badagello is always talking about, and not just these duplicator trash buckets. I heard the temple jockeys got. What a waste. I would print a Yubari melon with sliced fugu and sashimi for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've been combing through the old maintenance logs and found restricted entry referencing Alpha, the first forwarding operating base. It was decommissioned about a decade ago, well before my time. Apparently, it's not just some weird artifacts on the ocean bed. There is a Newman down there. Number 3. Ooh, okay. Kane decided to leave it trapped at the bottom of the ocean. I found it hard to believe they would abandon a Newman, but here it is in green pixels. Imagine the value of a Newman dead or alive. Consider my 90-year-old youthful interest peaked. If I can navigate a sample collector over to the plateau, maybe we can explore the old base. I have to rope in Folis to get his sneak and peek. He has access to off-the-books equipment that won't get me shot or quartered, or both. So this is to Folis. Congratulations on your winning streak last night. I heard you clean Matthews out. Buzzed her sample collector like a hornet with roid rage. Listen up, Salt Dog. I need to borrow one of your UAVs for a couple hours. It's the least you could do after forgetting my birthday. Sometimes I think about the rich person who got my left kidney. Of all my organs, it was my favorite. Really? Okay. I've always found it funny that some wealthy people want real organs when we can grow, even print, perfectly good replicas. They call themselves 100% human. What a bunch of yellow leaf fanaticists. But who am I then? I felt like a cow or a brood mare at times, but the pay is too good. Besides, after being genetically paired with a policyholder, you have to emulate their lifestyle to minimize the chances of rejection. Tonight, I drown my sorrows in Monaca honey drizzled with garlicky Alba white truffles. At least I still have my heart. Heart replicas just aren't the same. They keep ticking even when you're a corpse, which we did see upstairs. The rover excursion to Alpha Base was a bust. A cave-in prevented traditional access, so I squeezed through a fissure, passing some old equipment. Once I was out of the cave and heading for the base entrance, what can only be described as a bloated sea slug with teeth tore the drone to pieces like a hungry man with a sous vide butter poached lobster. This guy loves food. Or he has to have a specific food diet, I guess. Ran this operation in the black. Volus is going to go ballistic on me. Hey, the scrubbers that maintain graphenine hull of domes A through E seem to be multiplying. I know they are bioengineered not to breed, and I'm certain there are more of them every day. A scrubber orgy would be a thing to behold. Would it, though? I know some crew are fond of the blue electric light show they put on, but I suspect these critters are dangerous. I request immediate catch and catalog of the swarm. Kane's sake, the mule is in chaos. A vet was hit by a stray bullet? Okay, which completely tore off part of her head. But Bernie's rims were knocked in. I saw a rover at the bulwark during my sneak and peek. It may come in handy. We stopped the base kill order. Volus simulated the VAT and then killed the hard line between Mule and DS-15. I cut the data tether to deep sea simultaneously, and he nuked the uplink. I don't know how long the ruse will last, hopefully long enough for us to get topside. We're heading back to the Mule now. I could die for a dollop of almas caviar on a saltine cracker. It says voice transcoded. Oh, maybe that's what it means, that he said it instead of writing it down. The bell returned as scheduled, but headed oceanside after only 10 minutes. I hope some of the crew escaped. The bell requires at least one occupant to ascend, and I'm sure as crap it wasn't us in there. I mostly made it back. Robert, the scrubbers melted his suit al dente. I almost narked on dive re-entry trying to get away from them, but the electro squibs caused a power surge on the moon pool's iris door. Alas, there has been no rescue. I smell the ghastly aromatic stench of rotting onions, like putrid lobster bisque. And then that was the last entry. Alright, there was other stuff in here. We got images. So, okay, so this is the thing we're looking for. This is the suit. This is a tube. Pipe of some sort. Maybe that's the entry that he was talking about. Alright, research. Let's see what we got. Alright, that's the diving suit again. Just pictures of the diving suit. What is this? I wonder what this is a picture of. Messages. Welcoming of a Newman to the collective. Oh. We are pleased to announce the birth of a Newman, placed in STEM on this very day. Jebediah, the first of his name. And it came to pass that the Nexus was plagued by the presence of one of the 9 who showed contempt for the rules and brought discord to the network with its injurious conduct. But the church is also merciful and did offer Newman a chance to repent and reform its ways. So let this be a warning to all who dare defy the will of Cain. The consequences of disrespect and disobedience are severe. None shall escape the fiery wrath of judgment. But fear not, for even in the darkest of time, Cain's light shines bright. And those who follow the path of righteousness shall be rewarded with a place in the Nexus, where they may thrive and reach their full potential, far from the reach of the fiery abysmus. May the light of Cain shine upon us all. So this is interesting. So in the first game, it was very clear that Cain was corporation, right? Now, we did have a few references to being like, instead of God, they were using the name of Cain. But here, it definitely feels like we've moved away from it being just a corporation to being a literal religion, right? Because they're using terms like the Nexus as like the afterlife. And we also heard that they would have, what was it, ascendance chips? I guess that would move you into this afterlife. But also it references the church, right? But the collective, the church, but then it says light of Cain, right? So this is a corporation. Also, it was a person, but It's interesting. There's a movement towards religion in the discussions here. Alpha Lab construction established at 99881191. Crew complement 9. Status decommissioned. Research early archaeological exploration. Okay, we already read the personal log. Let's look in the trash. Always look in the trash. Okay, that's this thing. Okay, this looks like outside of possibly that temple they were talking about. That's a hammerhead shark. And this, it looks like the outside of the diving bell. Alright, so I think let's go ahead and quick save here. And then we're going to hop in this diving suit.
Found a suit. Rear thruster looks damaged.
But we have an igniter.
Suit thrust is removed. Suit thrust maintenance should only be performed by trained certified technicians.
According to who?
Okay, so we need to do that, and then she can combine this. Oh no, we need Mac to disassemble it first.
Rust got into this igniter. Twisting it just right got the thruster working.
I can hear... This is beyond repairable even for Charlie. Okay, well, we'll still give it to her. And then we'll switch back. And then we'll put it with a new igniter.
These thrusters are modular. Just put in a new igniter and there we are.
Suit thrust is replaced. Suit thrust is operating within established parameters.
See, I was hoping we could put, like, the coil. Okay, before we do that, let's quick save again.
Killing systems. Biotechnological deep atmosphere environment suit. Systems check. Warning. Suit maintenance required before operation. Warning.
Okay. So, it says open suit. Lungs are damaged or missing? Like, actual lungs? Heating system damage or missing. Okay. Like, we have this coil, but we don't have a way to heat it. Can we combine these two? No. Suit pressure calibration. We don't know the calibration either.
Uses bio-lungs.
Ah.
Yeah, looks like Biofix Mark 3 or 4. They're damaged though. And I think my only way out of here is fixing this thing.
You want to take a biodais out onto the seafloor?
How hard could it be?
This woman.
Okay, so we put this in here? No. There we go. Heated coil. Okay, so we can pass that back. And then run back over here with the heated coil. Let's quick save, because this shark might explode.
Hope's favorite is alive?
Oh, good God.
Hope's favorite is alive.
Mose, get away from that.
Okay. Explosive tipped harpoon. I don't know who needs the explosive tipped harpoon, but okay. We'll hand it across to her. So she needs lungs, and they said it's biofix, so we need to do a lungectomy, I'm guessing is what it wants us to do. There's remains here.
Charlie, What the hell?
It's, a dive suit. Looks like. Cut in half.
Yeah, so is the person inside it. Where the hell are you?
Looks like a dive suit bay. Oh god, there's another body here. Gonna keep looking. Maybe there's a way out, or a way to help you.
Be careful.
So this is interactable. I don't think anybody has anything else, so there's something we can do there. Maps, there's nothing there. How did we get out of this room? We don't. He's the one with the lungs. Yeah, he's... No? Is it him, or is it... Maybe it's the... Oh, yeah, it's the bear. Okay. So we need to remove the lungs from the person on the table. Okay, biofix is who we're looking at. So we need a biofix. Not appendectomy, no. That's, I think, the... No, okay. Coronary bypass. Hemorrhectomy. Hysterectomy. Radical mastectomy. I think that's the chest removal. Colectomy. Okay, here we go. Pneumothorax thorectomy. It's the lung. It says lung. But, there are no lungs. Interesting. Can we put someone else here? Oh, it looks like we can put something here. Oh, I have an idea. Okay. I think she needs to remove the old lungs to have them fix it. Yeah.
Careful with those. Carry disease just like any other organ.
I know how biotech works, Mac.
Okay. Pass this on to the bear, who will then put them into the body on the table. What do we have to do?
I do not like this, Charlie Mac. Everything is slimy. This is a dangerous place.
I know, sweetheart. But I need those lungs. If you can repair them. Can you try?
I am brave and strong.
Okay, so now we have, what is this? Hypodermic needle, okay. Okay, that needs to go to her. She has the body over here. She can probably use the needle on. No. I can't use the needle on that. Okay, so he can't fix that just yet. We don't need the dockmate control. We already got that set up. Just checking these to make sure that we didn't miss on any interactables. Okay, so we need... There was nothing in here that we could interact with yet. Go back in here. Can we do anything with the shark? No. Shark is done. Okay, so I think there might be something with Mac here. Let's quick save. Let's give him the... Let's just give him everything. Okay. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. What else does Mac have to interact with? Not much, actually. There's only one interactable, and that is the failed escape pod. So... I was hoping we could use this on the glass or something, but... Because they have something in their hand. But... Okay, he can't do that. Alright, let's go back to her and see. She's got maps and the remains. The remains didn't allow us... Because it says we have to get through here, right? And a hypodermic needle is not going to break glass. Oh, maybe Mac can take apart the explosive. Just take the harpoon bit. Of course, save.
Spirit.
Yeah, there we go.
Explosive harpoon. And we've got something for cutting and blowing stuff up. Two
Bingo.
of my favorite pastimes.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that the spear tip doesn't work here. That's fine. That goes to her. Then she opens up the back. She uses that there. Coolant. What do we need coolant for? Oh, that's for the other suit. Is there anything else we can interact with here? No. Okay, so that's how we get the coolant. Which goes in here.
Killing gel replaced not accepted. Gel operating within established parameters.
So now we have a spear tip, an explosive. What kind of sea life lives here that needs that they feel the need to blow it up via harpoon delivery? I mean, you'd be surprised. Okay. So, hold on. Give her both of these, and I think she can put those together.
Was useless on the dive suit, but works just fine as an explosive timer.
Waste not, want not, Charlie.
Waste not, want not. Indeed. Okay. Okay, so that probably needs to go back to Mac. And then he's going to put that here.
Guys, heads up. I'm about to blow this lock.
Loud noises.
Oh, yeah. Yeah! What the hell was that?
I didn't see. What happened?
Yeah, something flew
It's like
off.
some kind of giant fucking insect.
Language, Mac.
It blew out of the escape pod. Ran right by me.
Would you prefer it stuck around?
Okay, so now we've got a new PDA to read. Alright, who is this? Ah, okay, so this is Atlas Moon. Has it been 5 years already? I've been down here for so long I've forgotten how the sun feels on my skin. My ocular implants are malfunctioning again. I really must stop procrastinating and get them checked out. Corporate offered to do a complete ocular transplant, but I refused. Being blind from birth has its benefits. Visual memory isn't clouded by manipulation and interpretation. This is not a disability, but a blessing in the land of the deceived. Dr. Colubius has further tuned my bionics to interface with the deep sleepers, so I can keep them under observation 24/7. An unseen bonus is that once I'm connected to their limbic system, I can access their emotions. I find catharsis in reliving their lives and seeing the world as they did when they walked free among the flock. I have loved before, many years ago. She always saw the best in me, my Diana. I keep taking myself not to obsess over the products, but I just can't help it. I'm particularly fond of the DeFreitas family. Corporate acquired them 2 years ago, and they were shuffled around a lot before coming here. One moment on a trip to Mars, another Shanghai to the bottom of the ocean. My favorite is product 6455A3. She has a magnificent emotion, so passionate and raw. Her dreams are fascinating. Appreciating her emotional range doesn't make me less culpable for her desecration, but it does make the work more enjoyable. I am pleased to report that the isolation in cell culture is using immunofluorescence-based analytical procedures and nucleic acid determination molecular approaches has proved successful in detecting and identifying a PS-139 strain in the historical samples. It was Mule Poker Night, and I won big. Perhaps they sense my loneliness. I really hope they're not letting me win. Okay, this is from Dr. Hairfest. This is someone new, I think. Dr. Moon, my report is attached for your perusal. The stasis pods of the 3 products I requested for study have just arrived. I will begin my observation post-haste. I am racked with guilt. Who knows where these products were headed when they were procured? Now they linger in eternal sleep, poked and prodded in the name of scientific progress and profit. Their autonomy was disregarded, and their rights and their bodies were violated. The other employees in the lab, under the illusion that these people volunteer. Their ignorance is appalling, or they may know the truth and choose not to dwell on it. In the old days, we would have done the PS-139 research off-world, but since the resurrection of the Father... Excuse me? Who can stop us? Interesting. Who would dare question the company and, by extension, the church? Okay, we're getting some interesting information from this one. Resurrection of the Father? And the company, it works under the church. I overthink everything. Enough, Moon. Your guilt changes nothing. Also, she is referencing what happened in the first game, too, which is where people were going somewhere, and the company basically snatched them from wherever they were or wherever they were going, and then used them for the experiments on the spaceship. So so it looks like they're continuing that idea in this game as well. But this is interesting. Resurrection of the Father and the church and the company. Interesting. Okay. I knew she was special the first connected with product 6455A3's lucid dreams. I'm going to name her Diana. The deep sleepers are kept in stasis so they remain fresh and compliant. We seldom wake them unless an experiment or treatment requires it. Products are never allowed to leave, but maybe, just maybe, I have enough clout with corporate to change this policy. I'm sure PS-139 is an ancient organism that remained dormant for a long time owing to the cold temperatures and water pressure. Now, in the warmth of a mule lab, we are resurrecting it. Hairfest and his team are proceeding with human testing after the Omega Base incident. Okay. Even having observed PS-139's necrotic effects. The company sees $signs while I see the dearth of humanity. But what can I do? Is that supposed to be dearth, or is that a word? Let me. I have never heard that word before in my life. The scarcity or lack of something. Okay. Interesting. We learned a new word today. Dearth. I've made up my mind. Whatever response I get from Choka, I'm setting these people free. Notice to Mule senior staff. Need to know only. Report to your personal EV, which is an evacuation vehicle probably, for immediate evacuation. Base lockdown in progress. Black Ops team en route. So this is... The Black Ops team is the, like, we scrub all the evidence team. So, what's interesting about these messages, though, that the first game had and these didn't, these don't, is we're not getting a timeline. So in the first game, we could see over the year, it went from January to about December. Once about December hit, everything on the ship hit the fan, right? Some people lasted until the following year, like January of the following year, but most people died in December on the ship. But here, we're not getting any sort of dates, which is kind of unfortunate, because I would love to see when did the people topside find out and when did the people below find out, right? When this came through. I would have loved to see that timeline. Maybe we'll get more of it later on through like physical notes or something, but you can see that everybody gets to a certain point in their messages just by the time that, like, the last messages are like, Black Ops team, we're starving, and then death, right? Like, that's kind of how it ends up. Quarantine has been unexpectedly painful, see? But it provides a perfect cover to set Diana free. My personal EV is primed and ready for us. We'll be out here in 5 minutes. Then we can start our new life together. Help, the EV jammed and something's wrong with Diana. She has something growing inside of her. Oh, Kane. Okay, so we know that from the other guy that was doing the holy dust and all of that, he was putting stuff into these subjects. So basically his thing grew inside of that subject, and when she tried to escape, it instead probably killed her. The limp body slouches against the cables and electronics of the failed escape pod apparatus. The piece de resistance of this bizarre tableau. The lacerated flesh and muscle tissue bold behind sallow skin. Okay, she has an item.
Kane's rain.
Okay, acetylene torch.
Well, I thought they were.
Did that thing burst out of her?
Or feeding on her. Or...
Someone there. Someone actually there.
Oh.
They were using this body suit radio. That's what I heard.
Someone there? Or more dreams in the haze.
Who is this? Are you part of the research team? Are you Kane?
Black. Dark. Can't see. Can't move. Explosions.
Are you hurt? Are you okay?
The haze. The pain.
He's rambling. We should try and find him.
Find him? What for? You remember the guy upstairs? All these other bodies? Who says he isn't the one running around doing it?
And if he isn't, he could help us. Maybe he knows a way out of here.
Haze in the dark. I am here. And nowhere.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna be much help.
Can we use the needle? No. What do we need an acetylene torch for? You don't find juice for this. It still makes for an excellent eye gouging device. Sure. Okay. Acetylene torch. That's interesting. What do we need? I was thinking we could take... Can't go in the pod. Okay. So what do we have interactable left? He solved the pod. We've got the PDA. She still needs the lungs. And these remains are we cannot interact with. So we have the maps, also not interactable. So I think overall she's stuck as well. So that means everything we need to do is on Moses. We already looked through this. Okay, so Moses is the one that's got to do stuff. Acetylene torch. I don't think he can do any more with the shark. Yeah, the shark is nothing else. We already did the PDA. What is the terminal? Does the terminal have anything? No. We already went through all of that. Security bay. What is this thing? Like a weird red grate. Okay. So we got that. That gives us the coordinates. Okay. We don't have fuel for the acetylene torch. We have the lungs. They need to be repaired. What goes in here? Requires cerebrospinal fluid. Okay. That's what the hypodermic needle is for. Technically, you wouldn't use a hypodermic needle for that. But we need cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, where can we even get that? Now, he can go back in here. Oh, there was this guy in here. Yeah, I forgot about the blooming body. He needed something right there. And we needed something like a claw. Here we go. Ah, and this gives us access to the spine, which allows us to do that. Okay, now we have the CSF, and this guy's done. Okay. I was like, I know there was an interactable that we didn't get to yet. So... Okay, so now we need to put the CSF in here. I don't know why you would need cerebrospinal fluid for lung repair, but interesting. Okay. Proceed. Okay, and this is going to fix the heart, or the lungs. By the way, this is really good game design, having a light shine directly on a number you need. Now, this would be pretty obvious to begin with, but having the extra light there, very smart decision. Alright, so now we've got repaired lungs, which means that we should have everything. So I'm going to give Mac the blade. I'm going to give her the lungs, and then she should be able to go. Okay. So now she has all of that. She can dive. Suit pressure calibration, though. That's interesting. Let's quick save before we do this, just in case we get something wrong and she gets turned into paste. It turns out pressure is not great. Pressure. Okay. Suit calibration pressure. Okay, so was that on this note? There was a note back here. Pressure, yeah, right here. 999.705. 999.705. So 999.705.
Train systems. Biotechnological deep atmosphere environment suit. Systems check. Alert. Apparatus is operating within established parameters. Ready for deployment.
Okay. Hey, that's what I said.
Here goes something. Preparing to dive.
Now, something to keep in mind. We did find someone in a diving suit before, cut in half. So there's something dangerous down here. Chapter 3? No. Okay. Take a look. Take a look. Maintenance panel. Okay. So we are going to do a hard save right here. Save game. Create new save. Perfect. And with that, we are going to call it a stream. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This game is awesome. Basically, the little things that I had issues with in the first game, not even an issue with this game. The interface is much better. The multi-person thing is kind of cool, although it does take a little bit away from the isolation. So I'm very interested to see how that'll continue on. The story is really cool. I do miss that the PDAs don't have like a date on them. That would have been nice. But overall, the story so far is pretty good. We're learning a lot. We're also getting some like references to the external pressures of the company and the church. The church is new. The church was not referenced at all, so far as we know, or as far as I remember, in the first game. So there's definitely more of a religious turn to not only the game story, but also the lore. So that's very interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to keep playing this, so we're going to do so